Simon fell to the first defeat of the season on Sunday against Featherstone in a tough encounter over at Post Office Road. What do you feel like you've learned about your side from a game like that?
We knew. The disappointing thing, I suppose, Faz, is we knew before the game what we needed to do, and we showed that in a 20-25 minute patch towards the end of the game. We need to do that from the off, so I think it's, I suppose, confirmed what we knew. So hopefully we learn from that this week. Look, it was a tough game. It's round 2. We're not going to cry about it. Dust ourselves off, get better. You know, individually, collectively. Let's just look at getting better and start this week with London.
It was a tough game, as you mentioned. We saw Jacob Fairbank go off with a head knock quite early. Lachlan Walmsley had some troubles with his groin. What's the injury report like after the Featherstone game? Lachlan's
not as bad as we thought. Which, to be fair, by staying on with a groin injury, it has to be low grade, otherwise you'd be off anyway. Yeah, Bobby's got to go through his protocol, which is fine, by the way. He had one of them knockouts where it's like turning a light on and off. He was fine again straight away. Sometimes you're a bit dustier for longer, but now he's good. He'll have to go through the process though, so that'll have him available for our next fixture at Widnes. Other one, question marks over Jake Mason, shoulder. Can almost surely say he's not right now. We'll see how long that takes. Other than that, a couple of blokes need to tick some boxes who've not played yet. Aribi and Tibbs, we need to see how they are tonight. And just the general lumps and bumps of rugby to check on, and we'll finalise our team for tonight. But yeah, we're a small squad and we're getting a couple of tests already, so yeah, give some other people opportunity if those blokes don't make it.
Speak of giving other people opportunities, we've heard earlier tonight announced that Castleford Tigers will be our dual registration partners moving forward for the 2023 season. Can you just have a bit about how that partnership came about, how you feel that the team can use it, and whether we'll see any Tigers players with this squad maybe suffering some injuries this weekend?
Yeah, so Lee's a good bloke. Known him off and on. Over the years of playing against each other, being coaching against me as a player and stuff. Yeah, look, dual reg it's that funny thing, and it's a really contentious issue. Some people like it, some don't. I think it has its pros and it certainly has its cons as well. And the idea for us as the junior partner is it's an insurance policy, really, particularly having that small squad. We've had a number of partners, haven't we? I think we've been with Castle, Salford, Huddersfield in the past. And it's worked to varying degrees. I think now the reserve system's in play. I think that probably hampers it a bit. But we had a good relationship with Huddersfield. Huddersfield have decided that they want to concentrate on their reserves and probably loaning players out with the big squad they've got as they go along, which is obviously their prerogative. No hard feelings, and I'm sure we'll still do business with them at some point. And yeah, Cass were looking for a dual reg partner, and easy conversation really. Rads is pretty straight talking bloke, which I like to count myself as well. So pretty easy conversation, done and dusted. Pretty quick once we had the formal chats you need to have around how it looks and whatnot. And yeah, maybe we get some off them, but we're not hanging our hat on getting them over the course of the season. I'm sure we'll see players, but having anything for a definitive time is much determined on their form above you. And an injury situation. Cass have had it pretty rough last couple of years, so hopefully they have a good year on that front, which will probably be beneficial for us and give us some options as we go along.
You've mentioned in the off-season as well in terms of additional recruitment and looking into that as Super League begins this evening. The squad's maybe been finalised. Is there potential to maybe dip into the loan market in the coming weeks as well?
Yeah, possibly. You probably need to speak to Dergs on that. We need to get active, and we have been. I think we probably need to push it a little bit more now, as you said, now Super League's underway, and see what might be available for us. It's no secret, we have got a small squad, but when we're healthy, it's not an issue. It's rugby league, we don't stay healthy, do we? So yeah, that's definitely something we're looking at, but we won't be alone there. There'll be a lot of clubs going down that same route, so we'll have to be pretty busy and quick with our actions.
We'll move on to this weekend then. It's London Broncos at the Shay in round 3 of the Betfred Championship, a team that we've had quite a lot of success against at home. Does that record mean anything in a game like this? We saw they maybe struggled a bit at the start of last year, but picked it up and obviously turned us over down in the capital, so I'm assuming you're not taking the Broncos lightly.
No, Yeah, past form don't really count for much, I don't think. Obviously you can draw on some positive experiences, but yeah, I'm still thinking about that game, Rick, to be honest, last year. You know, it was a goal of ours last year to make sure we did a good job on those long away trips, and I just thought we really let ourselves down that day. It was a rough drive back, let's put it that way. But yeah, they're a good team. They've added a few players, a couple of World Cup players. They've obviously had a pretty solid squad anyway, and obviously he's promoted a few young kids as well, which is something London have been very good at. We've got a couple in our team that have come through there along the way. So look, we're expecting a tough game. They've had won one, lost one, same as us, so there's not much of a form guide to go on, but I'm sure London will be focusing on making sure they're good at what they do, and that's 100% the focus for us, is making sure we get our plan off, and we play with the right level of desire and want in all areas of the game.
You mentioned players that have come through the London system. Joe Key's been one of them. Obviously signed a new one-year deal with the club this week, to take him to the end of 2024. Just how happy are you to have a talismanic player like Joe tied down to the club?
Yeah, look, there's not that many halves around, and Joe's definitely one of the best of them at this level, so I think that's really good for us as a club that he wants to commit now. It's pretty early, he could have gone to market and seen what was out there, but I think Joe's happy. He's played some good stuff, put plenty of trust in him, which has probably aided his confidence and aided those performances on the pitch, and gelled really nicely with the group we've got, so there's no reason for us to look to change. I see him being here longer than that, but none of us see too far ahead, do we? I think a number of players will be contracted for 2024. I'm contracted till the end of 2024. So yeah, until then, we know what it looks like pretty much. A few things will happen, I suppose, over the next 12 months, which determines how long I stay, Joe stays, and those other lads on them couple of year deals. But I definitely think the continuity helps. And we'll be looking at, we haven't got a bad team, have we? He won't be the only one that extends into 2024 and they're not too distant.
And we're back to the Shay. We had a really good, healthy crowd on the opening day against Sheffield. You must be hoping that those fans turn up again and hope for what can be another exciting game of rugby league with the Facts win in the end. What's your thoughts on the fans turning out in numbers? Yeah,
well, I hope it's not quite as entertaining until the very last minute. Obviously, we'll take the win regardless. But yeah, really good. I think Cara, the club, they've done a great job in the community, getting in and amongst those community clubs, the schools, and trying to, get the younger generation involved and excited about coming to watch us. I thought, obviously, that showed in the numbers on game day because Sheffield don't travel particularly well. Really good crowd on the day, so hopefully got a bit of a taste for it. I'm sure they were entertained by what were on the pitch. So yeah, hopefully we can see them all again, and it just gives us something to build off.